Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the third place playoff match for the Dubai Sevens. It is going to be a very exciting one. It is Argentina taking on Fiji, a side that I did not expect to be saying that they were not going to be on the final. It is instead going to be the USA taking on South Africa, and what should be also a very exciting contest. We are covering it on the channel. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Rugby lover, don't think I don't know who you are, Sarah. So says Big Ass put there in the chat. But the big thing here is we are going to be covering these three games. We weren't originally going to be, but with Manu Samoa versus the Barbarians being cancelled, it does mean now that we have got time for the Sevens, and we are definitely going to be able to cover all three of them. So this game, the first one that we are going to be watching on the channel, it is Argentina taking on Fiji. In just 7.5 minutes time at the moment, we have got France versus Russia, 3 versus 5, and those two sides, they are definitely going to be able to have a good battle for the last 4 minutes of this one, with France leading 21-0. But Fiji here, like I mentioned, they will be a side that are a little bit disappointed with the fact that they aren't through to the final. But then there are also a lot of positives here for Fiji, as they have got 11 debutants who have made their way into the side. Only 2 players from that Tokyo Olympic Games who were able to get the gold medal. Only 2 of them are in the squad. So it is very promising for Fiji in the future, and I'm looking forward to next week when we do get to see them. But they are definitely going to be hoping to win this game up against an Argentine side who fought hard in their game up against South Africa, in the end losing that one 17 points to 10, or 17 points to 7. I believe it was one of the two, but we have got there the Fiji bronze as well from Sebastian. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And I assume you are a little bit disappointed with the fact that the Barbarians and Manu Samoa game has been postponed / cancelled. It is a big shame, but with the cases, it did mean that it was going to be going away. But for the Dubai Sevens, I am going to be letting you know exactly how the results have been going for these two sides. Argentina starting well, 28 points to 7 in a win over Spain. Then from there, they were able to get themselves a 22-17 win over Kenya. Now, this is an exciting one. 21-21. The score was a draw in that game up against the USA. And made through the Barbarians versus Samoa, cancelled. Stayed up for nothing as well, says Dwayne. Although we have still got the Sevens if you do want to tune it a little bit, Dwayne. But it is understandable if you do want to go back to bed. I was disappointed when I did see the news. I was all ready to go. I was excited for that matchup. And now instead, these Sevens games, I am very excited for these as well. We were going to be watching them at the same time as the Union, but now I can fully focus on these, which is going to be absolutely awesome. In the quarterfinal, Argentina able to get the win 17 points to 12 over Ireland, and then South Africa were able to beat the Argentines 17 points to 7, which did knock them out, and now they are playing off for that third place. So this is the big thing. Fourth place gets 15 points. That is the minimum that these sides are going to be able to get. 17 points for whoever does finish third in terms of the overall rankings of the Sevens season we have got there. It is a shame, but thankfully we can fill it in with the Sevens, as I said, Sebastian. Yeah, it is very exciting that we have got the Sevens action. So I've absolutely loved this tournament so far. We have got there. I've burst out of heaven to listen to this game as well, says Rugby Lover. So welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. Looking through Fiji, they have been doing pretty well throughout this tournament as well. But now we will look at the fixtures that they have had so far for themselves. Manu Samoa doing the Sivatal for the fans as well, says Dwayne. Yeah, it is such a shame that it's so close to kickoff, and now it is when they have had to call the or pull the pin on it, I guess I should say. But now Fiji, looking through at the starting lineup that they have got for this game. We will be looking at that in a very short moment. But first of all, the fixtures for the Fijians. France versus Fiji, that first game of Pool A, and that was a hard pool to be able to get their way through. You know that it's a good pool when France miss out and aren't making it through to the quarterfinals at all. And they were able to get the win 24 points to 17. So decently done from the French there to keep it close. But Fiji, first game in a while, and they were looking like they were ready to go. Next game, 29 points to 14 over Canada. So a decent performance there. And then a close game with Australia, 17 points to 12. But one thing with Fiji so far is the offloading game. When they do get going, they certainly do get going. And hopefully we do get to see that in this game here up against Argentina. The quarterfinals, Fiji, 19 points to 5 was the score in the end of that one. And then the semi-final, 21 points to the USA and 19 to Fiji. And that is where they ended up getting knocked out. We have got there, Sebastian, I said the French ladies as well with the bronze. They have indeed 28-0 at the moment in that game up against Russia. So they are going to be finishing in third here. And that game is going to be taking place between Australia and Fijiana, the women's sides. They are going to be kicking off just after this game, and that is exactly what we are going to be covering on the channel. We have got 3 back-to-back games, and I'm going to be absolutely loving it. Now, looking through at the starting lineup and reserves for both of these sides, though, overall, I would say for Argentina, a player who's really stood out for me is going to be Gonzalez in the number 11 jersey for this one. Luciano Gonzalez, that is. And he has been one of the keys for them. He's very powerful, very strong, and just keeps on going. Also, the experience of Revel is going to be important for them in this game up against a less experienced Fijian side. And that is somewhere that they will hope to go a little bit better. And hello, everyone. Welcome in as well. And hi, Paddy Wagon. There's a rugby lover there in the chat. But then also another name that I will give a shout out to is going to be Santiago Alvarez in the number 6 jersey. And then Rodrigo Esgro as another one. Hi, Steve, too, as well, says rugby lover. But looking through at this side from Fiji, they are strong and they have got some very good players. Talatholo has been scoring quite a few tries. He is a unit of an individual. I believe they said he's 6'5" or somewhere around there. He runs like he is, just absolutely flying. And that is something that he will be open to do in this game as well. They have also got themselves, Satoranga has been scoring quite a few tries recently. Also Tepa in the number 10 jersey doing nicely. And then Niru off the bench was actually able to get himself a try in that last fixture. Once again, France going to be scoring the try there. So they are actually going to be winning that game, possibly 40 points to 0 here with a kick to come. So they will be very happy with that. But then this game between these two sides is about to kick off between Argentina and also up against Fiji. A side that I expected to see in the final, but now that they are not, I know that they are going to be putting in 110% here into this game to try and make the most of it and get themselves a massive win. But I will mention once again, anyone who is new to the channel, it is currently sitting at the random hour of the morning at 3:30. But if you are new, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe, because we are going to be covering plenty more of the Sevens actions, not just today, but then also for next week when we do get the Dubai Sevens all over again. We are going to get to see those exact games taking place, and they should be very exciting. But the end score for that game between France and Russia, 40-0 for the French. So they have been able to finish in a very good position there. And they will be receiving the third. And now the big question is who will be getting the gold. And that will be coming up in a very short moment. The next game, at this stage, it is going to be 3:56 a.m. is when that Australia versus Fiji game kicks off. And we are covering that on the channel also. And then followed by the final, which is going to be USA versus South Africa at 4:26 is when that one is going to be starting. But this game now between Argentina and Fiji, we are only a couple minutes away. Number 8 seeded into this match. It was Argentina. Number 2 for Fiji, but they haven't been playing recently. So that is why they are, I guess you could say, they're lacking that experience that they have had, but also they are certainly not lacking that Fijian flair, because they are absolutely phenomenal players that they have got out on the field. Talathola, he is a diamond in the rough, that is for sure. The last times that these sides have met, it's actually a decent record for Argentina. 3 wins for Fiji, 2 for Argentina here in Hamilton, and actually in Dubai was somewhere that Argentina were able to get the win over Fiji, which is a very interesting stat there, because maybe do we get to see history repeat itself? Good luck trying to behave while Catholic is playing Sev as well. And the chat says a match in there. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be awesome, though, to get to see another match from the women's side. We didn't actually get to do that match between France and Russia. I did watch it, though, and it was a very impressive performance from the Frenchmen. Now the Fijians. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, score predictions for this game. What is everyone predicting is going to be the score of this one? And now they are making their way out onto the field. I'm excited. Now we are here. Third place is on the line. Whoever loses this one will get 4th. And now running the ball out onto the field here. And the Fijians, they will be absolutely loving the opportunity to be able to try and win this game. But they would have loved to be in the final. So that is what they will be working towards for next week's game. But now it is going to be the Fijians who are in charge of this one, and possibly will have themselves the kickoff for this game as well. I'm going to say the score prediction for this one. Fiji win this game by, or I was going to say 17, but Argentina always put up a fight. So I'm going to say Fiji by 12 is my prediction for this game. And I think there are going to be quite a few tries on this one. Both sides have nothing to lose, really. Like, at the end of the day, it's either 15 points or 17 points. You might as well just go out there, guns blazing, see how you can go and try and build up just that little bit more confidence going into the match next week when you have got yourselves back in for another round of the Dubai Sevens. But luckily for these sides, it is night time. So it does mean that the heat is probably a lot less of a factor than it is going to be in the early stages of the day. But this is a score at the moment. 0-0 between these two sides, and Argentina will be receiving the kickoff from the Fijians here for the first match for these two sides. In terms of the playoff games, other than the semi-final and the quarterfinal that they have already taken part in, now this one is going to be confirming whichever rank they are going to be. But now it's going to be kicked off by Fiji, gets us underway now. And this is going to be a very exciting one. Fiji looking to the right-hand side, and that one has been kicked high. This match underway. Been waiting for it all night, and now we do get to see it as well. It's going to be a lot of pressure there straight away on the Argentines, We have got this ball just outside of their own 22, wrestled down to the ground, and physicality is something that looks like it's already playing a factor on one of the Argentine players. He stayed down, but now trying to break the line here. It's going to be Schultz. Good carry forward, but it is still going to be on the side of Argentina. If they can keep the possession for a long time in this first half, they'll have a decent chance. But the Fijians, as soon as they get a chance, but now going straight through the middle here, it's going to be the number 5. Great tackle on him, though. And it was Lazale who was tackled there, but now Argentina marching their way forward just inside of the half here of Fiji, but good contact there. And just going down once again, we have got the hero my prediction. South Africa gold, USA for the silver, and Fiji for the bronze as well. There it is going to be drawn past here, and it's out into the hands of that man Gonzalez, who I have been mentioning is an absolute star out on the wing. He's stepping around trying to break tackles, and he is certainly a powerful individual if he does get going just inside of the 22. Now for Argentina, they are playing with an extra spring in their step here at the moment, driving their way at the line. Got the wide pass option. Alvarez, the captain, steps back on the inside. Good contact on him, though. The Fiji side just not letting them through yet, but now this is opening up. Good flat run there from it was Schultz, who just shunts himself at the line. The Fijians, they haven't got the penalty there. They have given away the penalty. Instead, I will read the chat at a very short moment. This game looks like it is going to be fast-paced. They have got the drawing pass. Alvarez on the outside goes himself there, and it's the try to Argentina. And it was Lamas who was able to score it, and now they have taken the lead in the early stages of this game. We'll go like this, and we will go like this. Argentina winning this game 5-0. We have got there Seb Nice picks, as well as Rugby Lover there for the rankings. And also we have there, I just want to pray for everyone, as well as it was Rugby Lover in South Africa and Argentina, who plays a similar type of game in 15s, which is physical, as well as leading the current in the sevens as well. It doesn't mean if we change our game plans by running more in the 15s, we will win as well, says Esbok. It's a good question. I know that tactical kind of factors are something that both sides, I guess you could say, they do have very different tactics in some regards, but it will be interesting to see how their union kind of translates, because I would love to see maybe someone like a Luciano Gonzalez get an opportunity in union, because we did see Marcos Mineta. He was going to be off the bench for the Barbarians. Unfortunately, that game did get cancelled right at the last moment. Hopefully that is not going to be too serious of a matter as well. And try to see Sebastian there. It's going to be kicked off there for Argentina. Once again going high, taken nicely there by the number 4, and once again it is going to be in their hands. It is that man Gonzalez now down the wing and back on the inside, just shunts off 2 players. Gonzalez, he is a star at the moment for the Argentine side. Passing it back out the back line now, and it's going to be the try scorer now. One more on the outside. Alvarez with the stutter step. Does he get himself the try? No, he's been forced into touch. Good tackle there by the Fijian defense. We have got their try from Sebastian as well. We have got their Vamos Argentina, says Christian. I absolutely love watching Argentina play. You know they're going to give it passion. You know they're going to give it a lot of fight. And they are currently leading this game 5-0 as well. Fiji, they will be wanting to finish 3rd into the rankings. Brilliant tackle there in the end from it was Naithunu, who was able to make the tackle on him. And it was an important one, because Alvarez, looking at the corner, decided that he was possibly going to be in with a shot. But very good tackle there, just holding the arms, pushing him into touch as well there. Very nicely done by Naithunu. But now at this stage, it is going to be the line-out throw here for Fiji. They haven't really had a lot of possession as well. It looks like there's another player down here for Argentina. Is that? No, it's not the number 11, I don't believe. And it looks like it is going to be one of the Argentine players making his way off the field. You don't like to see it this early on in the game, that is for sure. It looks like a serious knee injury perhaps, or an ankle for one of the Argentines. So that is going to be the replacement we have got there. Imagine the Fijians not being in the top 3 after the first weekend. Ultra upset as well. Yeah, it is going to be a tough one for them if that was the case. But I am still hopeful for this Fijian side. I mean, they've got a lot of young talent coming up through the rankings. Like I mentioned, 11 debuts taking place in this one. So I hope that they do get kind of a lot more opportunities in the future. Argentina now do knife the ball in, and instead it's going to be the Fijians, and breaking the line now nicely. It is their number 6 here. Driving forward, looking for the draw and pass. Does find it on the outside as well. It's a bounce pass. It is going to be the knock on there. And it is the penalty in the end. It was Yaya, who just wasn't quite able to link up with the man on the outside. Yeah, he's a very pacey individual when he does get the space. He has got a great stutter step as well that really confused the defensive line of Argentina. But 3.5 minutes left in this first half. Imagine the Fijians as well. And also we have got their Bienvenido Krista as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Even though we are in the middle of the night here in New Zealand, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, have we got any Kiwis who are watching this live stream? And also, whereabouts in the world are you from watching this live stream? Do let me know. It's going to be a big push once again from Argentina. They've got this one on the halfway line now, and they will be using the back line. It was Lamas with a bit of a loose pass. Now Fiji jumping on the ball. It's a knock-on advantage now as well. And on the outside, it is going to be the runner man, My Samoa, getting close. He's going to be dragged down 10 meters out and trying to get straight on the ball. I believe the hands were down there. It is going to be a little bit of a kick backwards. It's going to be surely a penalty. No, it's not going the way of Fiji. I thought that would have been a penalty for playing the man off the ball and now breaking the line here. Argentina once again are going to be making their way forward. It is grown now. Big hit on him though. I'm so tired right now as well. Says a rugby lover here. We have been up for a lot of the sevens, lined up there with a big tackle there from Argentina. And now it's once again going to be in their hands, and they are just continuing to go forward. It was De La Vega with himself the first carry. It's going to be stolen in the breakdown, though. Very nicely done by Talafolo. Now Fiji, they want to be able to score themselves a try in a very short moment. A little bit of a loose pass, but now Yaya is able to claim it nicely. Wrestled down to the ground there once again. Argentina trying to get in the breakdown. Going short side now. Yaya, what can he do? He's done a nice step. He stepped round two. Looks for the offload. Doesn't quite find it clean, but now it is going to be My Samoa. Going with a step as well. Inside ball there. Yaya, it's gone through his hands. That should have been an easy try for the man, and it's a knock on. As on Namibia, land of the brave as well. There's MC Luna there, and it is currently 4:36. Currently here as well in the afternoon. So a nice time for a bit of rugby. We are currently sitting 3:36 a.m. here in New Zealand. So it is certainly a late night. But I was going to be up anyway for the Manu Samoa versus they were going to be playing the Barbarians, but that game cancelled just before kickoff, only about an hour beforehand. Unfortunately, Yaya, he had his hands not quite working with the mind at that stage because he was ready to run it to the try line, but ball slipped straight through. And now because of it, it does mean that it is going to be a scrum feed for Argentina. Another sub being made here, and it's going to be Schultz making his way off. He wasn't really out there for too long overall, but Argentina, they're looking like they're trying to keep the side fresh because the physicality that Fiji bring to these games wears on you. Definitely in the conditions in Dubai, 30 degrees Celsius or somewhere around there, I assume, in the high desert. Even though it's nighttime, humidity is still a factor. Yaya now has got it back on the side of the Fijians. Can they break their way through? That's a big question. Firing it out on the outside now to the captain with a good fend offload now. And it's going to be, oh, what a tackle that is, but it's gone on the inside, and it is going to be Vakurai Nabili, who was able to score it. His name I can never quite pronounce, but that is going to be the try to Fiji that they were after. We will add that one to the list as well. 5-5 between these two sides. There we go. And now Fiji, they want to lead from the front here. The Australians are going to be taking on the Fijians in the women's division. That is going to be happening in a very short moment, ladies and gentlemen. And be sure to check out that one. And also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are on the road at the moment to 8,000 subscribers. Brilliant offload there from the captain, Joshua. And I am going to try and pronounce this one more time. Vakurunabili was the man who was able to score and try Fiji. And the tap from Sebastian, but very nicely done to keep his feet in the field of play there. Talatholo. And now it is going to be the try for the captain. Leading from the front. Drop kick here from Fiji. It's struck well, and it's going to be 7 points now to Fiji compared to the 5 of Argentina. You wonder how big the gas tank is of the Argentines after they have had so many battles out there on the field. But then saying that, a young, experienced side, or young, inexperienced side from Fiji, I should say. So it will be tough for them as well. That's going to be the penalty in favour of Argentina. In fact, leading Northern Hemisphere team is in this sevens competition is USA as well. TZ Spot, they are going to be taking on South Africa in the final, and USA have peaked at just the right time, I would say, and it to be able to just keep on going. It is going to be the quick tap taken by Argentina, currently 2 points down on the halfway line. Looking to get themselves maybe one more try before the end of the match. Alvarez on the outside decides against using him, but it is still available here for the Pumas. I'll be passing that back across field. Very nicely done. I'm looking around and trying to find the man. All rushed defense here. Almost lined up there. But nicely done. Still breaking the tackle here. And it was Lamos. Once again breaking the line. Manu Samoa versus Barbarians. The game was cancelled only just before the kickoff. But I will inform you of that in the halftime break because it is coming up very, very soon. But first of all here, Argentina getting closer. Santiago Vera with the carry there. Alvarez now fires it back across. It's good attacking run here from Argentina with the offload as well, and it's a try. And it's going to be De La Vega who was able to score it there. And now Argentina will take the lead heading into the second half. Well, it's a very impressive one. It looks like he's done maybe a calf or a hammy or something along those lines as he has done that try, but does mean now that it is going to be quite a bit of pain here for the man who was able to score the try. It was Joaquin De La Vega who was able to get it as well. We have got their what cancelled as well, says Danny Lewis. So pretty much there were a couple cases in one of the camps. So because of that, just before the game was about to take place, they did have to call it and say, no, we aren't actually able to play this game anymore. So we had our live stream scheduled. I actually looked at the live stream and we had 24 people waiting when we were about an hour away, which was like absolutely insane. But yeah, that's one of those ones. We move on. And we have got the sevens now, which is very exciting indeed. The Fijian names must be a nightmare for the guy speaking at 1,000 kilometers per hour, as well as MC Luna. It's certainly tough, that is for sure. But we have also got the hard to believe, but 100% true. Yeah, when we saw the news, I couldn't believe it. Like the fact that it seemed like it was like one of those, not a prank, but it just seemed like someone was making it for a bit of a headline. But it actually is the case. But Fiji at this stage, 5 points down for this third place matchup between these two sides. 8th ranked Argentina leading by 5 points here. And they'll be hoping to possibly get themselves into a good position to be able to win this game. And that would be very impressive from them. They got a third when it comes into that situation of the Tokyo 2020 games. So they will be open for a third here. As well, is this because of the new variant as well? Says Danny Lewis. I don't believe so. I think it is just kind of a case did pop up for about 4 members or 4 players, and then also 2 members of staff or something. 4 players, 2 staff members. Apparently the match just couldn't go on as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, definitely not when you've got a squad of 24 players. Like as soon as you lose 4 of them and also have a couple staff members as well, it is very tough. La Rochelle doing well in the top 14 for anyone who follows that competition. 22 points to 8 ahead. But now Fiji here, they are going to be having a bit of a team chat. It is great to see the captain leading from the front, scoring a try in that first half. And now Joshua Ravakurunabili. I can't say that name to say myself. I feel like hopefully next week I will have it well and truly nailed there. But now Fiji, they are 5 points down, but they are excited to get back into this game. And they will be hoping that they can lead from the front here because their Fijiana teammates or their Fijiana fellow people from their country, they are going to be fighting up against Australia in the final. So hopefully it is going to be a good one there as well. But they are showing there the 6'5" Josefa Talathovo. He is a phenomenal player when it comes to the rugby, and hopefully we'll be able to have a good second half here as well. But now kicking off this one, Argentina now having to put it into the hands of Fiji, which is always risky because it doesn't take very long for Fiji to be able to turn something out of nothing. And now it is going to be kicked off nicely. Oh, Argentina just gliding through the air. How much vertical did that man just get? He almost left the orbit, but now it's going to be out the back line here for Argentina. Once again, they've got Alvarez on the outside if he decides to use him, but it is going to be the try scorer, De La Vega, who was just tied up a little bit, so he wasn't able to free the arms. Now, once again, good attacking run here, and it was Isgro driving at the line. Rodrigo is gone now. It's going to be Alvarez, little kick him behind. He's going for the banana kick. It's going to be sitting up nicely, but Fiji able to take it, and now they need to make sure that they make the tackles. While Fiji are only a couple meters out from the line, it is going to be a nice little bit of a link-up play between Talatholo and also it was, and at the end, it was Nathunu. And now it's going to be a loose ball, Argentina. It's a try. Mistake from Fiji. And now Argentina have been able to score themselves another try, and they are now going to be sitting on 19 points to 7 over the Fijians. I believe, are they going to be going upstairs, or are they just agreeing that this is going to be the try? It is a big call here because at the end of the day, Argentina just keep on going. Tell you what, Rodrigo Isgro, I don't know how that man got that much height, but he just did. Just kept on jumping. And there was great pressure there on Yaya. Ended up passing the ball into his own hand and then went backwards. And then it is the try for Argentina. We have got there in the chat as well. I hope England doesn't go into lockdown, or the whole world as well, says Danny. Yeah, hopefully they will be all right. But it seems like the numbers are once again ramping up. It is going to be a drop kick straight out in front here for Argentina. They've been able to get it, and now 19 points to 7 is the score in this game between Argentina and Fiji. 5 minutes, 20 left in this game. This is for third place. Whoever loses this game, they do come fourth. Fifth place is actually going to Australia. And then sixth, I believe it is Great Britain. But I could be wrong there. Taken nicely once again. And Alvarez able to retain it. Argentina just dominating the possession at the moment. And if the Fijians can't get their hands on the ball, they will not be able to score too many tries. But now it is going to be once again for Argentina. A little bit of a loose ball. And now taken nicely. And they have got the numbers on the outside. That was debatably 4, but now still driving their way forward. Close to the touchline there. De La Vega driven down in a great tackle. Lamos now once again going to be firing it back across field for Argentina. They just haven't stopped running throughout all of the early stages of this game. Now, one of the first runs of that man, number 10, Del Mestre. And it is going to be Fiji now trying to steal this ball back. It's going to be bouncing out the side of Argentina, now going back on the side of Fiji. And they get one of their first carries of the second half, and straight away just flying at the line there, Rasaku with a good carry there. Argentina takes it back though. and they have got this one, and the position still in their favor, and they just keep on going now. Argentina, just a little bit of a jog there from Alvarez, breaking through the tackle of Yaya. He's been wrestled down to the ground by the solid Fijian defense now once again. Going forward here, Argentina, they just don't stop attacking at this stage. Once again, it is Del Mastre. I've said once again about 500 times on this live stream, I've realized. Another big carry for the Argentines, but now it is going to be in the hands. Oh, he is just kicking it forward, and it is going to be now fired off for Fiji, looking for the offload. Not quite able to find it there. Now he does. Nathungu getting the carry there, and it is going back across Talatholo. They've got numbers on the outside here for Fiji, and also we have got there in the chat as well. Hey, at least still hanging in there as well, says Sebastian there, and Amish and hey as well, says Ali. Welcome in, and still here, yep, as well. Yeah, I did end up talking to someone on Discord for a very long time before this live stream, about 3 hours or so, which wasn't expected. Can we start to sing Don't Cry For Me, Argentina as well, says Eastbok there. And so we have got there in the chat, Argentina from Claudia. She is very happy at the moment with the result that this way is going. And also Christian said, well, Argentina and try Pumas, says Sebastian there as well. And still here, yep. And also we have got there in the chat, I'm sick of lockdowns ruining our rugby. It better not ruin the Super Rugby competition. Yeah, I guess it is going to be a tough one. And my son Moa going off the field, definitely a tough individual. When you talk about strength and power, it's a personified is what I was going to say. And now Argentina full-time in the Benetton versus Glasgow game, for anyone wondering. 19 points to Benetton, 18 to Glasgow for that fixture as well. But now it is going to be the scrum feed. 3 minutes left in this one. And once again, Velez will be able to put this ball in here for Argentina. The referee has certainly got his hands full at scrum time. It seems like both of these sides just really love a chatter when it comes to that scrum. Going to be putting the ball in nicely now, and it does roll backwards. Oh, it's going to be kicked down there by a Fijian, and because of it now, they have been able to get this ball straight back. Can they get themselves a win here into this game, or is it still available? It's back on the side of Fiji. They have got the penalty. Benetton at it again as well. Tell you what, they're pulling off quite a few upsets so far, that is for sure. 2.5 minutes left here, and Fiji, they are taking the quick tap. And now they are going to be trying to score themselves the second try, their first try, the second half. And now it is a good run forward from Talatholo. Beautiful offload on the outside here. And going for the corner, it is going to be Ninu, who has been able to score the try. And now it is going to be Fiji getting just a little bit back into this game. This one is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Fiji, they've still got that fighting spirit to be able to get right in there. Who they beating, Seb? As well, says Rugby Lover. They were able to beat Glasgow, I believe it was, if I'm not wrong, but just great offload there from the Fijians, and then out on the wing, Nyeru, able to score and try as well. See Sebastian there. Looked like he was going to be trying to pass it on the inside to make it an easier kick for the man with the drop kick. He struck it well, but it's out to the right-hand side, so it will remain 12 points to Fiji and 19 points to Argentina. Still 1:45 left in this fixture. The next game that has taken place, it is going to be between Australia and also Fiji in the women's rugby. So be sure to check that out on the channel. We are going to be kind of transferring straight over from that one, and that is kicking off at 3:56 a.m. So we are going to be covering that one on the channel here. Once again, Argentina in possession here, looking to try and maybe just close out this game. They've got 7 points leads. If they can get themselves one more try, that would win them this game. It's a penalty there to Argentina, and one of the Fijians, he was going to be gone. And Rumpelstiltskin as well, just to give you a like as well. He's Rumpelstiltskin. I didn't realize that was how you spelt it. I didn't realize it was one word, sorry. So I guess you learned something new. Oh, did you hear my voice there? Just well and truly decided that it didn't like me too much. But now kicking for the touchline here, Argentina. 1:10 left in this game. This is the bronze final. Whoever wins this game will end up finishing third. It is the rematch from the Olympics in the semi-final, funny enough. Or sorry, the quarterfinal it was, sorry. And the big thing is Argentina, they have beat Fiji twice out of the last 5 attempts at being able to beat them. And the big thing is one of those games was in Dubai. So this could just be the ground that Argentina absolutely love to play the Fijians. And the big thing is the games next week are going to be in Dubai as well. So maybe that does benefit the men from South America. But now they have got this ball 40 meters out from their own line. 40 seconds left in this game as well. On the outside now with a nice step, it was German Schultz once again out on the field. He did come off for just a little bit in that first half, but of course you've got to keep on rotating your players because it is certainly hot there at the moment. Now close to the touchline, trying to find his way forward. If this is a draw, I assume they would be playing golden point, if I'm not wrong there. So that is what Fiji will be after. But now 17 seconds left. There's an advantage here. Beautiful ball there for Argentina. Schultz, Pinsey is back and he is driving his way forward. Oh, big shot on him. 7 seconds left, and that is going to be a high tackle on him. Offloading it back once again, a little bit of a stutter step there. Very close to the touchline. Oh, it's going to be kicked into the touch there, and Argentina beat Fiji 19 points to the 12. And a very good performance, but nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning into this one. Argentina are able to finish third for the bronze, and it will be Fiji finishing fourth in this one. Be sure to like and subscribe. Gold medal finals for the men and for and the women coming up. They are indeed. So we are transferring straight over to our next live stream. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all for the next.